Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Brendan, and today we are going to be building an insanely overpowered Threadripper 3990X system with an RTX in-game 2080 Ti. In the parts list down below in the description, it'll be an RTX 3090. It's a custom part right now that's not purchasable by any means, but when it releases, I will put the release date like right here or something. And when that comes out, I will add it, and it's added to PC Part Picker. I'll add it to the list and where you can buy it, which will be updated for you. Everything else though for this list, this parts list, is purchasable. And if you were to buy it right now, your total would come out to about 9,000, but once you add in the 3090, it'll be about 10,500. So keep that in mind. This isn't for any of your average day Joes. This is for the elitists out there who need the best in everything for everything they do on their computer, because they want to run all of their programs all at once. We're gonna get right into the video. If you enjoy it, obliterate my like button down below. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And click that little subscribe button. It helps out as well. Keeps this channel alive. And we'll get right into the build. Now for the motherboard and the parts list down below, we are going with a MSI creator board. But there's no MSI creator board in the game. So in game, I'm going to go with the STRX Gigabyte Master TRX 40 Aorus board. And it screws in onto the standoffs there and into the case like that. And in this one, since they're they can get hidden by other components on the motherboard, we're going to open up those and install the M.2 storage drives, which I'm going to go with 2 terabyte ones. In the game, I'm choosing these ADATA XPG ones. In the parts list down below ones, it's got Samsung 970 EVOs, the 2 terabyte ones as well. And we're gonna put these 3 on the motherboard like this. And if you go to that list and you realize there's a lot more than 3 M.2s, well, that's because that list also includes not 3 but 7 of those, because that motherboard includes this little PCI card that can hold 4 of those M.2 drives into it to add a lot of extra storage to your system. This would effectively bring us from our current, in this one, 6 gigs to 14 gigs of storage, 6 terabytes of storage to 14 terabytes, which is pretty nice, I think. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to open up the socket, the motherboard and everything. This is for the CPU socket. And with this build, of course, like I said, is 3990X, which is a 64-core, 128-thread processor that I don't need to close the shield. You need to put this chip in, slide it in like that, and then you close the shield. Then you close the cover on top, and there's screws that are numbered on here, and you'll screw it in either 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1. You do the reverse of that to take them off. It's labeled pretty easy for you. And for cooling, a little bit of thermal paste. And this one I chose in-game. Going with the Antec Mercury 360 RGB. In real life, we're going with the Thermaltake Flow Ring RGB 360. And this Antec goes right in. We're putting that at the top, because that is best to keep air out of your loop. And next up, we are going to install the memory. And this one in this particular system, we're going with 16 gigabyte kits. Let's see, how high can we get it? Get anything higher than... anything higher. We're just gonna go all out for the in-game build here. Nope. Alright, where was those? Yeah. 38660 megahertz for the in-game build, but in real life I went with the Corsair Vengeance RGB at a... since if you choose Windows 10 Pro for your operating system, you can do 256 gigs of RAM, so you can finally run 2 Chrome tabs. After inserting all the RAM, I always just love seeing systems with all full DIMM slots. It looks visually pleasing to me. Otherwise, you know, your empty DIMM slots are assaulting my brain. And we got all that in there. That looks good, pretty cableless. This is a system that is not hard to build. It's got very few cables, and for our power supply, in-game and in the parts below, we got the 1000 watt EVGA Supernova T2. +80 titanium. The best of the best. And that is going to be paired with the 3090. I need a 3090, except there is no 3090. So 2080 Ti it is. We're gonna stick the Founders Edition in. It looks pretty sick with this system in here. All the part colors go really well together. There's not a ton of RGB, but I mean, there's gonna be a little on the memory and the cooler and the fans. As for the cooler. And just a little green one on the graphics card, so it's not gonna be super RGB obnoxious over everything else. And for this, we're gonna go with ribbon braided plain black cables. We're gonna plug in this case fan and the case, then the 24-pin motherboard connector to there, the 8-pin to there, 8-pin to there, 8-pin to there, and liquid cooler to the board. Next up, plug in the power supply to the wall, HDMI or DVI preferred, to the graphics card, and USB mouse and keyboard or Bluetooth, doesn't matter, up to you. And then we're gonna stick our USB install stick in the system and power her on. Roars right to life, showing plenty of RGB on the sticks in there, but not too much. And the thing about RGB is with it, you can do some pretty cool things, but you can also turn it off if you don't want it on, which is pretty cool too. Lastly, we're going to put on the back panel with 2 thumb screws there, and the front panel with those ones there. The only thing you didn't see me do with this system was put in the fans, which there's 2 on the front, 1 at the back, and then the liquid cooler with 3 at the top goes up there. And then there's these 2 at the bottom that are only there because before it was these bay covers on top of these beauty panels. So I just took them out for this build because frankly with a 3090 I want a bunch of extra air into the system. And if the system's up on a desk, this airflow works perfect, because you should never put your computer on the floor unless it's on some sort of stand. On a stand is okay. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go down to the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. and any ideas for future videos that you may have. I like replying to you guys, and I try to get back to as many of you as I can. I do read every single comment though. Thank you everybody who has commented in the past. Keep it up for the future. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day, and bye!